How can we prove Jesus is truly divine without referencing the Bible? How can anyone demonstrate the truth of Christianity without relying on biblical scripture? We often turn to the Bible to support our beliefs in Jesus and God. But what if the Bible didn't exist? Today, I'll tackle this challenging question by exploring C.S. Lewis's theories and sharing 3 compelling arguments that can demonstrate the truth of Christianity without using the Bible. First, let's discuss the universal moral law. In Mere Christianity, Lewis points out that people everywhere recognize certain moral truths, things like fairness, justice, and compassion. Lewis argues that this universal sense of right and wrong suggests the existence of a higher moral lawgiver. This moral law, which transcends human cultures and societies, points to God as its source. In Surprised by Joy, Lewis shares his own journey from atheism to Christianity, driven by an experience of deep longing or joy. This profound longing is not for any earthly pleasure, but for something transcendent. Lewis argues that just as our natural desires, like hunger, correspond to real objects, like food, this deep, unfulfilled desire points to a greater reality beyond this world, an eternal reality that he identifies with God. In Miracles, Lewis addresses the relationship between reason and naturalism. He suggests that if naturalism, the belief that only natural forces operate in the world, is true, our thoughts would be the result of irrational processes. However, we trust our ability to reason and to discover truth. This trust in our rationality suggests that our minds are not purely the product of irrational causes. Therefore, Lewis argues that a rational mind, God, must exist behind the universe. One of Lewis's most famous arguments is the trilemma presented in Mere Christianity. Lewis argues that given Jesus' claims about himself, such as forgiving sins and being one with God, he must either be a liar, a lunatic, or the Lord. Since Jesus' moral teachings are widely regarded as sound, the most plausible explanation is that he was telling the truth, making him the Lord. In his essay, Myth Became Fact, Lewis discusses the relationship between myth and Christianity. Lewis acknowledges the deep truths found in myths across cultures. He argues that the story of Christ is the true myth, the myth that became fact. The Christian narrative fulfills the themes of other myths, but is historically grounded, making it uniquely true.